Hello folks, and welcome back to yet another video. Today we are building the Disneyland Paris Castle, and this is a long one, let me tell you. This has taken me, this build anyway, you will probably see the timer at the top, in the middle even, of our video. That wasn't meant to be recorded. That ended up recorded by accident because I was recording this on my dodgy old laptop. So the content, this mightn't be the best of quality, but listen, it's fine, it's grand. So, I recently have become obsessed with the Disneyland Paris Castle, especially since I was just there last year, and I just had to make it in The Sims. There's just something about it that I absolutely adore how it's made. So right now we're working on the bottom walls, and we're using the circular walls and using the exterior trims just to give it a bit more depth. I did notice later on in the build that I completely forgot it on the back tower, but sure, it's fine, it's grand. And as you can see, I kind of, well, as you saw even, I was struggling a bit with the circle walls, and let's just say it gets worse from here. There is so many troubles I have with, in particular, that circle wall on the left-hand side, the one by itself. That becomes an absolute issue. So what I was doing there is I was going to do circle on the top for the second layer of the castle, but I found that it would have made the towers on the bottom, it just would have made them too big and look ridiculous, because you want to have the main center tower, or not centered, slightly askew one, the large one that has the stained glass window on top. You want that to be the largest. You want that to be the most prominent thing, instead of looking down at these kind of wonky looking smaller towers. So as much as I would love to have used circular towers on the top, it just wasn't going to work. And the colour of the tile was actually the closest I could find for this. I don't know if there's any of the other packs that I don't own that have like better colour matching or anything like that to the actual castle. And as you can currently see here, I'm in the middle of struggling, and that's not even the worst part of it. At this stage, I was trying to make it into a room and so I could have a roof. Don't worry, we get around to fixing this later on in the video. I find a solution, but oh my god, the struggle I had. Honestly, if you have any recommendations for anyone who is amazing at building rooms with circular walls, please just link it down below, or comment their name down in the comments. I would I would be so grateful, because this was just, it was too much work. Absolutely too much work altogether. So you can see that for the back of the castle, I just started it there a while ago. So this is the side where the sword and the stone are. The sword and the stone even is. I actually always forget that there's a tower in the back that's actually square instead of circular. It's one of those things that I just completely forget about. So normally, if you have been to the parks, to Disneyland Paris Park even, you will know that at that side with the square tower, there is a wall. And I believe that wall connects to one of the restaurants, I believe it is, or one of the shops. I personally wasn't up for building all of the shops and all the restaurants and everything in between in Fantasyland, but I didn't want to do the wall, mainly because I thought it would look odd. Mostly because of the fact that it would just be it would be there, it wouldn't be focused on anything, it would just kind of be floating and a little bit lost, and like it's not guarding anything, if you get me. And so there you could see I was struggling again with we're trying to make this into a room, and I still am. There is a major issue that I found with this build, was in that left hand corner there. That piece of wall just wouldn't join up for whatever reason. I don't know if it was because of the circular walls. I later find out it was. You will later see in the video way down the line. This is near the end that I realised this. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It just caused so much issues and hassle. And I don't know. One thing I absolutely wish, and oh my god, I wish they would have added it for the Love Struck pack. I think that would have been absolutely perfect with it. Was a fence with like a love heart motif or something like that. If you saw up there, I was placing the fence up on the main tower of the castle. What normally is there in the Disneyland Paris one, if you're like me and have, obsessively look at the pictures, you would know that it has a heart motif. So it's like a upside down heart and the right way up hearts, and in a way that it's kind of a repeating pattern. It's really nice. It's intricate detail. Absolutely love it. I think that would have been gorgeous with the Love Struck pack, but not. Like a cute little romantic fence you'd be able to put in your little romantic gardens and little romantic parks. Oh, I would have absolutely loved it. That would have been amazing. So at this stage we are doing kind of the rough-ish placements / final placements, because I mean, why would I do it again? I'm not doing it again. Of the other towers, the ones on top. So if you can see here, I was using I have it written down here, the name of it, a Sladen's hammer piece for a piece in the back. And honestly, if I hadn't added the roof, I don't think I would have liked it at all. I'm still not 100% in love with using it. But my issue is that roof is golden on the Disneyland Paris castle, on the actual castle. So this obviously needed a golden piece. And the only kind of golden coloured roofs that are there in The Sims are the hay ones, the straw roofs, which I personally I'm not a big fan of. Wouldn't exactly work with my idea of it. But listen, it'll be fine. That kind of sticks around until the end, I believe. We shall see anyway. So at this stage, I will let you know. This is my first time using Tool. It was the first ever time using the Tool mod. So I will probably link it down in the description, just for you if anyone wants to use it. Absolutely brilliant mod, if you know how to work it. Honestly, I will be 100% honest. If you haven't used it before, I found that by the end of this video, I was well able to use it. I started being able to, instead of raising items up, I decided to use the Tool mod for raising up the hedges to make it into the trees of Disneyland Paris, which we'll get to near the end as well. So honestly, steep learning curve, I'd say, but it's doable. It's understandable. So at this stage, I'm using it to try and make. There's a very tin tower right next to the main tower part of the castle. I end up scrapping this idea very shortly. I think just as I around this part, or in a few minutes, I end up scrapping it and actually using walls instead, because honestly, it's got messy. It was every time I was trying to move things, in particular this stage where the item just wasn't lining up at all. It was just wrecking my head. There's only so much you can take. In the end, I end up using these pieces actually to have them as I don't know if you've seen the castle, but there is like almost a smaller tower attached onto the top of the larger tower, which gorgeous, absolutely fabulous, but difficult to recreate. I believe it's also in a few of the other castles, but can't name them off the top of my head. I'm obsessed with Disneyland Paris Castle, not an expert though. We will make that clear. Yeah, so you see here I'm using walls. It made my life easier. It meant I could attach a roof to it and make it look finished. It's fine. The only person that's going to be annoyed about it is probably me. And that's fine. I can get over it. Simple as. So yeah, then we're doing a few more of the towers, getting a bit more of the battlements up. One of the things I forgot to mention at the start even, not at the front, at the start, but it is at the front, is at the front right above the entrance. The entrance, like the roof of it, of the entrance part, that is almost like a curved battlement version, which I did try and do, but I don't know, I just didn't. I don't know how you would even start to make this. Yeah, if you have any suggestions over how to make curvy pieces, I don't know how you'd even begin to start doing that. So now I'm just lining up a few of the golden pieces for the roof. So in Disneyland Paris, apparently there is some golden pieces that represent snails, because you are in France. That's a little detail on the castle that I absolutely adore. That apparently is a thing. It's cute. I like it. So we're just messing around with the roofs at the moment, and yeah, this is just so when it comes to trying to fix them all up, with the roofs in particular, it was the actual castle's pieces actually all have a little bit of a slant, and yeah, here you can see I actually cut out a lot of the messing that I had to do to put up the small tower up at the top, because it just took me far too long, and you guys don't need to see me struggling that much. So now I'm going through, these are the battlements, that's what I will call them anyway. If there's another name for them, I haven't heard of it before. But I was really unsure over if I wanted this to be irregularly raised like it would be on the castle, or on the castle even. But in the end, I think I go back and forth a few times, so just ignore that when you're watching it through. It's fine. I'm fine. I was just being indecisive and unsure. But yeah, in the end, I ended up sticking with them sticking up with the irregular pieces, just because it's accurate and it gives a bit more detail to the build, you know. So now we're back around to the back of it, and I believe at this stage we are about to start doing if you've been to Disneyland Paris before, there is as you come out the back, because you can walk straight through the castle, which is absolutely, it's fabulous. That is just gorgeous. But we are shortly about to start the piece that juts out from the top layer. So there is just a piece up on the top that juts out a bit, that creates a little patio area out the back. Absolutely gorgeous. It is, wow, it really makes the place stand out a bit, as you can see here. But I start off with not making it jut out. I do in the end make it slightly jut out, but I didn't want to do it too much, because in the end of the day, it might have looked really, really strange. It might have looked as though it was just floating there and there was nothing supporting it. Yeah, I just didn't want it to look like it was just there with nothing holding it. And now you're going to watch me struggle with doing the roofing for this build. It was very difficult, because there is, I don't know how you would explain this. It's, you have a flat part that has all the 8 sides, I believe this is, or is it an octagon, or no? I'm terrible at my geometric shapes, so excuse me, don't know it. We'll work through it. But then you have this larger piece in the middle that juts out a lot higher than the rest for some reason. Don't know why. It's nice though. It adds some detail to the castle. It's very nice. I won't argue with that. So yeah, we're just fiddling away with that at the moment, trying to work it out, and in the end I end up making the room down at the ground and adding the roof on, and just making sure that everything fits and is right, because it was very difficult trying to center the piece for some reason. So I believe we'll be finishing up this roof very shortly and moving on to the rest of the towers. So later on in the video I end up making the actual sword stone, which I am quite shocked that I was able to do, even though it was very simple. I should have realised that. I completely forgot that in debug, even in, I believe, the base game, I'm not 100% sure, but there actually is swords, which is shocking, but sure, that works for me. So at this stage I'm adding the windows for the jutted out part. I don't know if you know, but in the actual castle in Disneyland Paris, you can actually walk around the top of it, and there's this beautiful little story tale of Sleeping Beauty, because it is Sleeping Beauty's castle. It's absolutely gorgeous and it's beautiful. I absolutely adored it from my trip there last year in January. It was very nice. So now I'm going through and I'm doing the battlements, but don't be surprised if I go back through again and go make them all flat, same level again, and then redo it again. I believe at the end I stick with them being all different levels, just alternating levels even, just because it looks better. I think at the end of the day, if you disagree with me on that and think that I should have stuck with them all being the one height, that's fine. And now we are back again at trying to figure out how to sort out this wall, the dreaded wall, while shortly taking a break to make the little patio going up to the door of the castle. So I did try terrain tools, and I will admit I do need to work on my terrain tool manipulation. I am, as you can see here, absolutely shockingly bad at it. It is shocking, like. And then I tried to use some of the rocks, try sizing them up. There was something about it just didn't look right. And then in a second, I tried both rocks and terrain. At the end of the day, I'm not 100% happy with the way that looks, and I am delighted with how I was able to figure it out in the end. It just wouldn't have worked. It looked messy. It looked though, even though I know the castle itself has, I believe, a rock face. I believe one of the sides of it is part of a mount or something, isn't it? No, not a mount. Of a little... Hang on, let me just look at my photo there of it. Yeah, it has a kind of a staggered build-up to it. Obviously, they made it themselves, and that has this kind of rectangle, square trees there. So at this stage, I'm struggling so much. But I realised that if I just took away the circular walls and just drew it and then added them back in, it works. Which, thank God it works, because oh my God, I couldn't have dealt with trying to figure it out without anything else, because that just it was too difficult. So now you can see I am starting to make the square/rectangular trees that Disneyland Paris has. They are out at the front. You can see them from the front of the castle, I believe, and the side, the right-hand side even, next to where the dragon is, or right on top of where the dragon is even. If you don't know, they actually do have a dragon in Disneyland Paris Castle, which is super. It's supposed to be Maleficent's dragon, I think, when she's in the dragon form, which is really neat. So, yeah, working on the battlements again here. Ignore that, it's fine, we'll get through it. But in a second I should be moving back around, I believe, to doing the trees. Once I am finished with the battlements, and I think I turn them all the same colour in this section. Yeah, I do all the trim on the roofs, and then I pick white just to match up with the rest for the tops of the half walls. The trim, I believe it's called. But I could also be wrong, and that's fine. Just finishing up the colour. I need your guys' opinion. So, this isn't the full build, obviously. This is just the exterior build. I would like to do the interior build. Now, do I either go... First of all, my first question is, I'm not 100% happy with that pink, but I think it's too pink for the pink that Disneyland Paris' pink is. Do I go the lighter pink, even though I'm not 100% happy with it in The Sims? Or do I stick with this brighter pink, just for the sake of it being The Sims? I'm not too sure which way I want to go with it. It's too bright for Disneyland Paris one. The Disneyland Paris one is kind of a creamy pink, and was designed so that then it could stand out even in the dark grey skies of Paris. It would be nice to know what you guys think, because I am in a dilemma over it. The second question, I have blanked on. Oh yes, about the interior. So, I want to know, would you like it to either be as accurate as I can to the actual interior of Disneyland Paris one, in which you have a Christmas shop on the right hand side as you enter the front entrance, and a kind of a crystal/glass shop on the other side. Let me know what you think. Or should I do as in the princesses live here and be all cutesy and get to have a bit of fun with some packs and do what I want with it? or I could do the princess stuff upstairs and do the actual stuff downstairs. We can see. And here is the sword in the stone, and the back is actually not as accurate as what it is in real life, but I kind of did it just to you know, make it look a bit more usable as it can be in The Sims, with this ridiculous size of a build. So yeah, picking lots of pinks and blues to represent the colours that Aurora's dress gets changed to in the movie. And yeah, here's a little patio area for the sword in the stone, and I believe we're getting close, if not almost on it, to our slow part of the video showing off the castle. It's only a short one. Oh yes, and the windows, another question for you guys. So I picked out these windows. They are dark wooden that I stick with. I wish I would have tried the white, so you guys would have seen what, and give me an opinion on what you think. I don't know, I'm not too sure, because from what I can see of the pictures that I have, the windows seem to not have any colour, so I'm not really 100% sure what colour they're meant to be. So yeah, but either way, I absolutely loved the way that the main tower's window turned out. I think that looks great, and the tool mod really made it so much easier to work with, which was fantastic, absolutely amazing. So we should be getting close to the end, I believe. I'm saying for the second time, because my recording software is currently covering over the timestamp of how far along we are. But yeah, I can see it here, we're almost near the slow part. So just clearing off a bit here. So guys, I hope you really did enjoy this video. If you want to see more and see the interior of it, please let me know, because I would love to, you know, do the interior, work away and see what you think, and try and rebuild Disneyland Paris and make it beautiful, because I absolutely love this place and it's amazing. So anyway, I will love you and leave you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful week, and thank you all for watching. Enjoy. Bye bye.